I was shocked. I woke up to that news. I got here and they're like, man, you see everything that happened? I'm like, not quite.
LeBron James is at the center of a storm like never before, an FBI investigation that's shaking the sports world to its core. Federal agents reportedly raided his luxury homes in Los Angeles and Ohio, uncovering clues that suggest this may be far bigger than anyone imagined. The high-profile probe, codenamed Operation Nothing But Bet, has dominated headlines, leaving fans stunned and rivals whispering in disbelief. What began as a quiet inquiry into suspicious NBA betting activity has now exploded into what insiders are calling the league's darkest scandal yet. Investigators are tracking mysterious wire transfers, encrypted messages, and leaked records that simply don't add up. And somehow, every lead seems to point back to LeBron, the man once thought untouchable. The story took an even darker turn when his longtime friend and former teammate, Damon Jones, was hit with a federal indictment.
According to court docs and law enforcement sources, details of LeBron's injury status were allegedly sold by his former teammate, friend, and coach, Damon Jones, as part of a massive prop betting scheme. Jones was an unofficial assistant coach for the Lakers during LeBron's fifth season in LA. Sources told the Post that Jones sent a message to one of the betting ring members on February 9, 2023, urging him to place a large bet on the Lakers' opponent, the Milwaukee Bucks, because James would be out with an injury that night.
That revelation flipped the entire story on its head. Court documents revealed that Damon Jones had been leaking insider injury details before key Lakers matchups, including one against the Bucks in February 2023 and another with the Thunder in January 2024. Prosecutors even uncovered a text where Jones urged someone to bet big on Milwaukee, just hours before LeBron unexpectedly sat out with a sore ankle.
We are investigating anyone and everyone depending not on their income. And you can think about it. These players make millions, particularly in the NBA, as their contracts are guaranteed. Yet the draw of winning comes at any cost to them. If they're alleged now, but if they're convicted of their crimes that they've been charged with. So to me, it's really about the addiction side and how much provided help do we give these athletes as they go through their athletic career.
The Bucks cruised to victory, but that game was just the beginning. What started as a simple case against Damon Jones spiraled out of control the moment federal agents raided LeBron James's homes. The FBI seized his phones, computers, and stacks of financial documents, searching for any link between Jones's betting network and LeBron's finances. No charges have been filed yet, but speculation is running wild. Is LeBron truly innocent, or is someone shielding him? The scandal hit full throttle after Jones's indictment. Court filings revealed he'd been secretly selling insider injury details before major Lakers games, including that February 2023 clash with the Bucks and the January 2024 matchup against the Thunder. Investigators even uncovered a chilling message from Jones: "Get a big bet on Milwaukee tonight."
I only knew about Terry.
I think on the whole, we all are very responsible. The integrity of the game is fine. Everybody's very mindful of, what to do, what not to do, and understanding the landscape of, sports right now in general. And that's not just an NBA thing.
It's a tough moment for the individuals involved. It's a tough moment for the league. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, man, y'all partner with a gambling company. You open a can of worms. Partner with gambling companies ain't make gambling more accessible to us. The accessibility is what it is.
Just hours after his big night, LeBron James unexpectedly pulled out of a Lakers game, citing an ankle issue. The Bucks crushed Los Angeles, but that was just the start. What began as a small betting case against Damon Jones spiraled into something far darker once the FBI turned its focus toward LeBron himself. Federal agents raided both his Los Angeles and Ohio homes, seizing phones, laptops, and financial documents. They were reportedly hunting for evidence that Jones's illegal betting ring was tied to LeBron's own accounts. No official charges have been filed, but speculation exploded online, with many insisting LeBron's role went deeper than friendship. For weeks, the NBA maintained LeBron knew nothing about Jones's underground operation. Insiders told The Athletic their bond was purely personal, not financial. But once the FBI dug into encrypted files and private messages, everything changed. Investigators weren't just tracking Jones anymore. They were tracing direct communications between him and LeBron. That's when the basketball star's name appeared on an official search warrant. The document reportedly cited coordination of privileged information, a phrase that typically signals a potential conspiracy. That raised a major question. If LeBron was only a witness, why raid his homes and seize his digital records? Even more suspicious, the FBI's timeline lined up almost too perfectly. The Key Bucks game took place just 2 days after LeBron broke Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time scoring record, a milestone that shook the sports world. Right after the celebration, LeBron skipped the following game, the same night Jones allegedly placed a massive insider bet. Coincidence or cover-up? Fans aren't so sure. The timing couldn't be worse for the NBA, already fighting off multiple reputation hits. The feds have charged several other names, including Chauncey Billups and Miami's Terry Rozier, as part of Operation Nothing But Bet, a sprawling investigation into sports gambling and financial crimes. When footage surfaced of FBI SUVs parked outside LeBron's Brentwood mansion, social media erupted. Supporters called it fallout from Jones's case, but legal experts weren't convinced. The FBI doesn't raid witnesses, they warned, unless there's something bigger in motion. LeBron's representatives finally broke their silence, claiming he's fully cooperating with authorities. But insiders say that's just polished language for behind-the-scenes negotiations. Agents reportedly confiscated encrypted tablets, private phones, and travel data dating back to 2022, the same period Jones was frequently seen around the Lakers. Now, rumors suggest this scandal is only the entry point. Sources close to the investigation claim Operation Nothing, but bet may be uncovering a money laundering network stretching from professional sports to Hollywood's elite circles.
We all know the letter of the law when it comes to gambling and sports gambling, and I don't want to sit up here like I'm some perfect guy. Like every now and then when I go to Vegas, I'll play some craps. I'm ashamed that those guys would put their families and their careers in jeopardy. There's an old saying in the hood, all money ain't good money. So if you're making $9 million and you're dealing in certain things, like how much more do you need? Especially if you know you get caught. You can do jail time, lose your career, put a bad image on yourself or your family or on the NBA.
With millions of dollars funneled through corporate sponsorships, high-profile charity galas, and exclusive luxury events, the financial ecosystem surrounding a global icon like LeBron James presents vast, complex channels where dirty cash can move in plain sight. The sheer volume of these transactions creates a smokescreen, a legitimacy that can be exploited. If even a single financial trail were to lead conclusively back to Damon Jones or his inner circle, the resulting fallout would be catastrophic, potentially career-ending. Publicly, LeBron maintains a facade of unshakable cool. He's still seen courtside in Los Angeles, adorned in a designer floral cardigan, flashing his world-famous grin for the cameras. But behind the scenes, insiders report that the immense pressure is eroding his composure. He has quietly canceled major interviews, drastically limited his travel schedule, and gone nearly silent as the Lakers organization and his own business empire hold their breath, waiting for answers. For now, one of basketball's most celebrated legends stands directly in the eye of a gathering storm, and the clouds are only growing darker. Just as the public begins to demand clarity on the money, the bets, and the secret messages, federal investigators have pivoted their focus to something with far more sinister implications. They are now excavating LeBron's private ties to a man already serving a prison sentence for running what have been infamously dubbed freak-off gatherings. It is here that the entire narrative takes a chilling twist. The investigation, the rumors, the entire story transforms. And this is precisely where its most alarming chapter begins. When FBI agents executed searches of LeBron's properties, their objective extended far beyond establishing a paper trail for gambling. They were meticulously mapping his social and professional orbit, and the path abruptly veered into the shadowy corners of the entertainment industry. What originated as a probe into sports betting now brushed against celebrity-hosted events, secretive financial arrangements, and highly exclusive guest lists. A powerful music mogul recently sentenced to over 4 years in federal prison for a litany of illicit dealings had already watched his empire crumble. Now, one of basketball's most prominent stars was being quietly, yet insistently, linked to that same demimonde. Almost overnight, a piece of digital memorabilia resurfaced, with damning new context. An old Instagram live video showing LeBron laughing alongside the now-imprisoned mogul. "Ain't no party like his party," LeBron quipped, a comment that once seemed like a harmless, off-the-cuff remark between associates. In the current climate, however, the clip is being replayed as potential evidence. Online sleuths and media outlets slow down every frame, analyzing his tone and micro-expressions, searching for a hidden meaning behind that casual line. While LeBron has not been accused of any crimes, insiders familiar with the probe confirm his name surfaced in discussions concerning the guest lists for those now notorious private gatherings, events described in federal testimony as being far darker and more troubling than the glamorous facade ever projected online. The silence from LeBron's legal team is deafening, and the Lakers' front office has retreated into a similar quietude. This vacuum of information only fuels the speculative fire. In a parallel development, as federal agents were raiding his homes, prosecutors overseeing Operation Nothing But Net were expanding their scope, subpoenaing financial data linked to the music mogul's business network. Internal investigative notes, mentioning cross-reference ledgers, suggest that some of the same financial middlemen may have handled both Damon Jones's betting proceeds and large, opaque payments from the entertainment world. It was at this juncture that investigators identified a critical overlap: the intersection of large cash flows and the curation of elite guest lists. Behind the curtain, LeBron's public relations team is in a state of controlled panic, and corporate sponsors are growing skittish. Two major brands have already placed their endorsement deals on pause. The questions from NBA insiders have evolved. They are no longer solely about Damon Jones. The central inquiry has become, what did LeBron James truly know about the nature of those private parties? The whispers are amplifying, and they are emanating from individuals who were once entrenched within the mogul's private circle. A former event promoter has come forward, claiming LeBron's name appeared in guest coordination messages dating back to 2018, though these alleged files have not yet been made public. Another insider asserts that FBI agents discovered contact logs on the mogul's security team phones that listed top athletes by code name. While none of this is confirmed, the digital rumor mill is in overdrive. Online communities are connecting screenshots, analyzing timestamps, and dissecting cryptic messages as if solving a Hollywood thriller. Sources close to the investigation indicate that several text messages extracted from the raid on LeBron's primary residence are now being reviewed for potential links to secret events in Los Angeles and Miami, with some tied to encrypted chat groups managed by the mogul's team. Whether these communications pertained to legitimate business or something more nefarious remains unclear. But in the present moment, LeBron's strategic silence feels less like prudence and more like a calculated defense. This situation strikes at the very core of LeBron's personal mythology, his fierce, often unwavering loyalty. He is renowned for never forgetting the people who rose with him from the streets of Akron to the pinnacle of global fame. This loyalty has forged an incredibly tight-knit crew that has followed him through every career milestone, a group bound by old favors and profound trust. However, federal investigators now perceive this same loyalty as a critical vulnerability. Sources indicate that some of his longtime friends, who hold no official roles within his team or company, were frequently granted access to team practices and traveled on the Lakers charter, effectively blurring the line between his personal life and professional operations. If anyone within the organization questioned the presence of these individuals in sensitive areas, the response was reportedly uniform and unequivocal. If LeBron wants them there, they stay. This dynamic fit perfectly with his image as the loyal, self-made icon who never abandoned his roots. But now, under the microscope of Operation Nothing But Net, investigators are scrutinizing that very loyalty, probing whether LeBron's trust in longtime friends like Damon Jones and certain industry contacts became an open doorway for confidential team information to leak. Former teammates have admitted, on condition of anonymity, that LeBron had been quietly warned on more than one occasion about the characters surrounding him, particularly those with suspicious financial backgrounds. He heard the warnings, but he rarely acted upon them. To LeBron, loyalty was not a mere strategy, it was a sacred code. And that unshakable code may have been his most significant blind spot, a profound weakness that others could easily exploit for their own gain. Psychologists who study the effects of extreme fame warn that such a rarefied existence can distort reality. When friends transform into employees and loyalty morphs into dependency, the very people tasked with guarding his image could be the ones compromising his secrets behind closed doors. Experts suggest that the constant, immense pressure to maintain his empire fosters incredibly tight inner circles where constructive criticism dies and loyalty becomes the supreme law. In this environment, trust is not something to be earned cautiously, but a currency to be traded among the chosen few. And once that trust is fractured, the entire structure is at risk of collapse. Now, with the FBI delving deep into his private communication records, those fractures are being exposed for all to see. Investigators reportedly believe that this blind loyalty could be the missing link connecting the NBA betting ring, hidden entertainment payments, and the secretive network that tied him to the mogul's world. For those close to the case, this is no longer a simple story of greed. It is about a man so devoted to protecting the people around him that he failed to see where the ethical and legal lines were drawn. And that same devotion may now be the precise reason federal agents are sifting through his most private and protected files. The spotlight has irrevocably shifted. This is no longer just a sports scandal. It has blossomed into a full-blown mystery of power, secrecy, and the perils of absolute trust. For nearly 2 decades, LeBron James meticulously constructed an empire founded on the ideal of perfection. Every public step was planned, every image frame polished to safeguard a legacy that seemed unassailable. From blockbuster endorsements and political activism to Hollywood projects and a picture-perfect family man image, he authored the ultimate blueprint for modern fame and control. But now, that formidable fortress is showing cracks under the weight of federal subpoenas, encrypted digital files, and the chilling testimonies emerging from the fallen entertainment world that once embraced him. People are now asking the question that was once unthinkable. Did his loyalty simply stretch too far, protecting the wrong people? Or are we witnessing the initial stages of a massive cover-up unraveling in real time? The full truth has not yet been revealed. But when it finally emerges from the shadows of court documents and sealed indictments, it has the potential to shatter everything we believed we knew about fame, power, and the ultimate cost of trust in the blinding glare of the spotlight. So, will you believe truly transpired behind the scenes? Is LeBron's silence a masterclass in legal and public relations strategy, allowing the storm to pass? Or is it the telltale sign of something far deeper and more damaging that he is desperate to keep from being exposed?